It's beer o'clock on, hold on, where am I? I'm on the wrong channel. This is Craft Republic's YouTube channel. I'm here with Tim. How are you doing, Tim?
Very well, thank you.
Naturally, Tim is pouring a beer.
Yep, it's our second beer review day. Beer
second
review
episode.
Video. Yeah, second episode. Season 1, episode 2.
Brilliant.
And basically, following the format that we did last week, we were talking about reviewing 3 different beers. Normally, I would have Claire sitting next to me or standing next to me.
He fancied somebody a little bit better looking.
But instead, if you don't know who this is Simon Martin from the Real Ale Craft Beer YouTube channel.
Hello, how you doing?
What's it? 60,000 subscribers, if you don't know.
Yeah,
and
20 million.
I just saw that. It was nearly
20
million.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I'm thinking of having a party for 60,000 and 20 million views. Yeah, have a look at the channel. You probably know the channel already. For the people who haven't subscribed to Craft Republic, there's a button down below. There's a big red button. Please subscribe to Craft Republic. So we're starting off with a Lervig.
Yeah, we are. These are our 3 picks for the week. Our flight, as we sort of recommend that you should come down and try, that are currently pouring and have gone on very recently. The first one is the Sour Suzy.
Yeah.
So we've always had this in can in our bottle shop. It just sells really well, but we've never had it on draft. So obviously this is it as a can. You can see that, and basically we've decided that we wanted to have it on draft as effectively our sour.
It's really interesting, this one. We had a little chat before we were on air here, and you were talking about that this beer has no hops in it.
Yeah, so it's got little to no hops or bitterness. It's a Berliner Weisse,
yeah.
And they've used traditional sour mashing.
Oh, right, okay, so it's the longer process of souring a beer. That's really interesting.
Yeah. It's 4%, super sessionable. And obviously we're starting off with Lervig, as people may know. We have House Party on as a regular, which is also from Lervig in Norway, and we love House Party. It's just a really good gateway beer for everybody to get into.
Terrific.
But we wanted to have something else from them. So here we are, Sour Suzy.
Sour Suzy. So it's quite clear.
Yeah, it's really
quite clear.
Yeah.
Nice levels of carbonation. Light straw coloured, light malt used in this one.
Yeah.
Let's
try it. Cheers.
Oh.
So.
That's fabulous. That is lovely.
Super refreshing.
Crisp, clean.
Yeah. Lemony vibes. Real lemony vibes. With, as I said, no bitterness. You're not getting really any bitterness off that.
Traditional Berliner Weisse with some lemon. Do you know what I really like about this is when you get that first initial hit of sourness, that goes away very quickly, and you're left with like a light wafer, biscuity flavour. Do you get that?
Yeah.
That's my favourite thing about sour beer, is that lingering wafer biscuit flavour that you get from sour beer.
Yeah, but you're still getting that almost sherbet lemon, that sort of tartness at the back of your mouth, which is really delicious.
Oh, that's fabulous. We were talking about this earlier on as well. A nice day drink, 4% ABV.
Yeah, definitely.
Walked the dog, found this place. It's dog friendly. You can bring your dog, and then it's just so fantastic to sip on while you have a little rest. It's lovely.
Yeah, this is super easy drinking. I think it's almost a bit of a gateway sour for people as well, because sours can be quite scary, and a lot of people are like, this isn't a fruited sour either, because of it's just the soured mash. A lot of the sours nowadays have had like I don't know, blueberry puree or their raspberry or their some kind of crazy combo.
More like a smoothie, alcoholic smoothie.
Yeah, yeah.
We discussed this with Brew York the other week.
Yes.
Where is the actual kind of boundary with sour beer? Personally, on a personal level, I must prefer a traditional sour like this.
I do. We had one from Collective Arts in Canada that was just a unfruited sour beer, and it was absolutely delicious. Like, it wasn't anything that we would say would be a crowd pleaser, because it's on all the time and people love that whole fruity craziness. But actually, sometimes it's nice to go almost back to traditional
kettle sours.
100%. I think the Little Earth project was another one that we had, and it was their red wine barrel aged beer, and it divided a lot of people because it was so it was so complex, but it wasn't that super easy drinking. It was
proper sour.
And it required a bit of sort of it was almost a sipping beer, rather than just you can on a hot summer's day drink a pint of it and it's absolutely super easy drinking.
But what I find with a beer like this is the more you sip it, the more you drink it, your palate adjusts to the sourness. It adjusts to it, and it ends up being just a total refresher. A total refresher of a beer.
And obviously, if we had really good weather, which at the moment it's raining outside, it would be it'd be perfect for a summer's sort of sipping, sitting out in our beer garden.
Absolutely delicious. So this is on your bar at the moment. This will be on all week.
It will be it's pouring now. Obviously, we open tomorrow from 4 o'clock, so it'll be available to drink then. But also, like, when it does run out, we always have it in can in the fridge, is in our bottle shop, so it can be picked up from there.
Oh yes, of course. It's just a dream place, isn't it? From a personal perspective, I'll actually be here this Saturday with my friends. I do use this bar as much as possible. It is a fantastic place. My local, to be honest.
Well, Simon's been an advocate with us right from sort of day one, and Simon's here once a month.
I'd say so. I'd say so, once a month. I'd like to do a lot more. I'd like to be here a lot more. But you know what it's like when you're in the industry. When you're not working in the industry, sometimes it's nice.
It's busman's holiday. You don't necessarily always want to be in a bar. So no, I get that. Right, I'm gonna start pouring the next beer. Well, Simon, for the people that don't know who you are, tell us a bit about your origin story. That's really interesting to know how you got into it, where you got to, and kind of what it was actually like. I think a lot of people kind of think that YouTube's this magical unicorn that you can just start doing videos and it just grows into this amazing thing, and you drive around in Porsches and you have a big mansion, but it's not really like that, is it?
No,
and it's a lot of hard graft. but have a chat and tell the guys.
So my story is that I have a background of my grandparents, my father, ale drinkers, bitter drinkers back in the day. When I hit an age of kind of 14, 15, they would always kind of family parties, they would pass me something to try, a little sip of something, and I always enjoyed it. So my origins date back to drinking sips of best bitter and real ale back in South Wales, in Barry. I'm a Barry lad, and I was always more interested in the ales on the bottle in the kind of the supermarkets than I was cans of Cardinal, cans of Foster's, or that sort of thing. So
how did you get into YouTube?
How did I get into YouTube? So
and when did you start?
2010. We started the channel in 2010. We decided to have children, me and my wife, so we had a couple of kids, and I didn't want to carry on my going to the pub 3 or 4 times a week lifestyle. So I thought, what can I do instead? I had a little look. There was nothing really on YouTube. There was a couple of Americans, and there was a lovely guy called Zach Avery before me in 2009. A year in beer, really worth looking at. The first ever UK YouTuber, beer YouTuber, was Zach Avery. Beer Paradise. He runs now in Leeds.
Okay.
A distribution place now. So I decided to review beer on YouTube, and 8,000 videos later,
8,000?
8,000 videos later, I'm still going. So that's my little, just a little brief story of my channel. Thanks, Tim.
That's all right. I just thought that. Well, I think because we're still so new, there are potentially people that haven't come across you, and likewise, if you're following us and you haven't followed Simon's channel, just hop on over and add a link. There's a lot more content more regularly than we do, but you know, it is really fascinating and really interesting, because it's not just beer, is it?
No, we do junk food. We do junk food. A bit of junk food as well on the channel, which I like. It just added another dimension. It wasn't just all about beer. It was about kind of like, generally when you have a few beers, you have a bit of junk food, don't you?
Of course,
yeah.
Of course.
So going forward with the channel, hopefully going forward, you'll probably be seeing Tim on my channel quite a bit more, and Claire, going forward. If we carry on with this, well, we did Brew York. Some of you might recognise me from Brew York, the live feed. You know, in the future, there's going to be a lot more brewers coming here, and you know, maybe you might be seeing a little bit more of me or seeing Tim on my channel.
Well, that's great, because it's always good to, like everything we do here at Craft Public, we're always about collabs and working together and supporting each other, because the beer industry is a hard place to be, and hospitality is, and like whatever we can do to support each other is massively important.
Fantastic. So what are we drinking?
Right. So beer number 2.
Yeah.
So we've just left Norway, and we're now on our way over to Barcelona.
Oh,
so yes, Garage is in the heart of Barcelona. They are absolutely killing it with using modern brewing techniques to produce really good beers. And again, this is a really interesting one. So like the Sour Suzy, which we have in our fridges, we've always had this beer in our beer fridge, but for the first time this week we've actually got it on draft, and the beer we've got on this time is Ocata, Ocata, yeah. So it's a 5.4% IPA, hazy IPA. It's, well, I guess we need to have a taste to be able to talk
really
about it.
Good, doesn't it? Nice kind of. This is a little bit more deeper in the amber.
Yeah, and it's not crazy like some of them where they're like soup. Which, funny enough, is another beer that they have. It's called soup, and I guess we might have to review that at some point in the future. I didn't plan that, honestly. But I guess let's give this a go.
Let's have a look. So lovely head, fantastic head straight away, lovely aroma, juicy, really juicy, tangerine in the aroma. Let's taste it. Oh, it's lovely. It's really lovely. So what's really impressive about drinking in this place is the temperature of the beer. We can't. The thing is, when you're recording a video like this, you guys, it's difficult for you to kind of understand. You can't feel it, you can't smell it, but we can, and we'll explain it to you now. Just how wonderfully the temperature's perfect for the beer. It really is.
It's like the heart of what we do. All our beers kept at 4 degrees because it's like the optimum temperature, to look after the flavour profile of the beer, and also to ensure that it is the best quality that you can drink when we deliver it to your table. I'm getting a real nice soft sweetness here. It's not crazy levels of bitterness on the finish.
No, it's really kind of in the middle. All of the flavours in the middle here. A little bit of sweetness, as you mentioned.
Yep.
Not too much bitterness, but everything that's going on in the beer is in the middle. I'm getting kind of a little bit of pineapple chunks.
Yep.
Tin pineapple chunks. A little bit of tangerine. Oh, it's a terrific
And a cream
beer.
and a very soft, creamy mouthfeel as well.
Absolutely, but drinkable, soft but really juicy and drinkable.
Yeah, it's not coating the mouth. It's just really, really like
dangerous.
Easy. Yeah, it is dangerous. But
yeah.
saying that, I mean, it's you could argue a 5.4. It's not quite. It's verging on just going over what we class as sessionable, really.
Yeah.
But I would.
Unless you're in Belgium.
Well, yeah. Well, that's different.
I think 5.4 these days, especially if you're a craft beer drinker, I think that's probably about normal, isn't it?
It is. I mean,
but for newbies, maybe not.
Yeah, because obviously they always reckon sessionable is between anything up to about 5.
Yeah.
I mean, they argue that my favourite beer, Steady Rolling Man, is that 5.2 is a session, and it is. I mean, if you don't have too many of them, but there is an element of it just being that little bit. I think it still sits really nicely and super easy drinking. I mean, that is it's
really good, really good.
And it getting on the nose, almost it's like foam bananas.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we had bacon frazzle beer last week, and we got faux banana beer this week.
I tell you, it follows on nicely from the.
It does.
From the sour Suzy.
It does.
You've got that light, lovely, crisp Berliner of Weisse to begin with. Then you've got a nice, juicy pale ale stroke IPA.
I think to be honest, nowadays when we talk about IPAs and pales, they're so interchangeable. I think it's whatever brewery wants to call it.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they're so interchangeable now. I mean, I don't think it's difficult, is it?
You know, a lot of what I've heard lately is that the trend now is not to call it New England IPA anymore, or Session IPA, or it's just call it IPA. That's apparently that's a new trend.
Okay.
A new trend where they're just not bothering with that New England bit. They're just calling it IPA. Same with pale ales, session pale ales, and this. It's just a pale ale now, or they're not even calling them session IPA. It's just IPA.
But I like to know what style they're aiming at, and I mean that's it. I mean on our beer menu, it does tell you the style that the brewery intended it to be, and that does help, because I quite fancy a New England IPA versus something, another style.
West Coast.
Yeah, exactly. Because I may not want
that punishing bitterness.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Which for me, I love all beer, but I don't necessarily. That's not my first choice to go to.
That kind of traditional stone brewing type.
I want to step back slightly.
Yeah.
I don't want to that smacked in the face with like crazy bitterness
on the back end. Yeah. This is it's tremendous. I'm finishing every beer. I think it's the temperature. I think it's so well kept that I'm just it's going down.
But that's part of what we want to enjoy, and that's why again we always recommend this whole thirds flights, and that's why we're trying to do this weekly thing of recommending our like top pick thirds to do as a little flight. We're only having a pint altogether, but it's still that really great way of trying new stuff or beers that you may not, or styles that you may not have tried before.
It's a really good idea actually, because your audience gets to see the beers that you're launching. They're getting to see the order that we're drinking them in, and you never know. You might find one day that you're kind of walking around, you might hear your voice, and somebody might have their phone out kind of watching a video where they're drinking the beers along. It happens.
But it's no accident that the beers that way we're reviewing them, it's in that order. I've thought about that, and we put together it in the order that we want it to be shown in. So
nice order.
so yeah, I know. I guess let's do our final one. So obviously we're currently in Barcelona.
Yeah.
But we're coming back to the UK.
Okay. And where's in the UK?
So we are going to go to Neon Raptor in Nottingham.
Nottingham. Yeah.
That is, I thought it
Nottingham.
was.
Yeah.
So I'm going to pour these, and
I'll carry on talking when you pour.
Please.
So,
thank you.
now, for me, Neon Raptor, they've been around a while. I've always had really good beers from Neon Raptor. But just lately, I would say end of 2021, maybe mid-2021, they've really been hitting people's radars. They've really been kind of that kind of, that kind of like magic dust brewery that they always seem to do terrific beers and everybody wants to talk about them, your Cloudwaters, your Deyers. Well, I think Neon Raptor have just hit that very kind of Stardust kind of level of beer, and I haven't had a Neon Raptor in a long time, so I'm looking forward.
We've had quite a few Neon Raptors, and we're massive fans of them. We really like what they do, and they're really great at different styles as well. I mean, we've had what did we have before? We've had stouts from them. We've had dippers. We've had all sorts of different things from them. But I mean, this one's quite an interesting one. It's called Centrosaurus. Even Dinosaurs Get Cancer. It's a collab with the FC UK. Please don't sue us, French Connection. I'm not trying to nick the name, but I just thought it might be a nicer way of saying it. But it's from the FC UK Cancer Brewing Project. It's a collab, and it's supporting. It's trying to raise money for people, obviously in the UK with cancer, and it's called Even Dinosaurs Get Cancer. Centrosaurus. It's a big thing for it. It actually resonates quite a lot with me. 6 years ago, I lost my dad to cancer, prostate cancer, and one of the things that was always quite. Sorry, I'm not gonna go into that. That's probably best thing not to.
A nice touch.
It was actually the memories of my dad and all the things and the memories that he had in the chatting that actually kind of pushed us on to actually following our dream and creating Craft Republic. It was a massively part of it because the one thing that I kind of got from that, it was on I don't want to be on my deathbed saying I wish I
did this.
At least I wanted to have a go, and if it didn't work, then I'd like to say, hey, I've done it. But sorry, got quite deep there. I don't want to do that. Let's dive into the
very American way of thinking. I think in the UK there's a very kind of negative kind of if your business doesn't work, there's this almost kind of like haha. But in America, they're applauded for trying any kind of business.
Oh,
and if that business fails in America, people will still give you a round of applause for trying. And that's the way it should be.
Oh, 100%.
You know,
100%.
That is the way it should be. And, well done for following your dream. And well done for because it's scary. I gave up my day job as a carpenter. I was earning terrific money as a carpenter, self-employed carpenter, but I just couldn't handle all the battered hands all the time. So I just thought I would hold a beer and to make that jump is a scary thing to do.
Is.
Well done on doing it.
Thank you, and it is, and I think anybody that has that in the back of their mind, follow the dream, they should, because I mean, look at both of us. We've gone. We took a leap of faith to do that, and through sheer determination, grit, and hard work, it works.
2 successful companies in Barry. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. Right.
Let's get to the beer.
Sorry to go deep. I didn't mean to do that, but it's
resonated with you. Yeah,
it's something that
resonated.
really resonates with me,
Absolutely.
and that's why we wanted to have that on tap. And let's try it.
Let's try it. So, looking at the beer, really good beer. Great sign is when you wash the beer around in the glass, it recreates that head. Nice lacing, nice hazy. They're all quite straw coloured today, aren't they?
They are. They are. I think we've gone down that route today. I think it's just happened to be the what I picked, and it's a New England IPA.
And the ABV on
6.5%.
Nice.
So we've stepped from 4 to 5.4 to 6.5.
Yeah, and then the curry house after.
Something like that. I mean, whatever works.
Aroma.
So let's try.
Yeah. Oh, it's lovely. Tropical. Really lovely and tropical.
Pineapple.
Pineapple, passion fruit.
I'm getting a big punch of mango.
Yes.
Is that soft, that almost, that mango
biting into it.
Right at the end. At the end. Hops wise, not crazy. I'm not being hit. And actually, interesting enough, it's the hops in this are Brew 1 and Citra. So like it's not silly on the bitterness or anything. There's a very subtle bitterness there.
Yeah.
To be honest,
Nice
I think across the whole range this week, there's very little bitterness across all of the beers. Really,
absolutely.
It's all been really soft.
Yeah,
in the mouthfeels.
Start off with a Berliner Weisse, nice sourness, easy drinking. You then move on to that lovely beer from Spain, should I say? Norway,
Barcelona,
Spain, back to the UK, Barcelona. And then this is following on in that trend. It's higher in the ABV. You get a little bit more malt, a little bit more of a backbone of the malt, a little bit more. You can definitely feel the slight jump in mouthfeel with the from 5.5 to 6.5% ABV.
But I wouldn't say it drinks like a 6.5%.
No. Not the alcohol. You don't get any of that alcohol burn, but you get a slight kind of jump in body of the beer. But then in flavour, you're right. That tin pineapple, that lovely mango flavour is.
It's mango all day long.
All day long.
It's big tropical vibes. It really is. It really is.
Little kind of spring of carbonation pushes that beer around, releases more of that flavour. Just tremendous, absolutely tremendous beer. It's been a real privilege to. I mean, Tim had a text message this afternoon. Can you pop down? And I was like, yeah, absolutely. So hopped on a train, and,
and here we are.
And here we are. It's been a really enjoyable video.
So, I mean, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't liked and subscribed, please do.
There's a big button down below. Subscribe
down below. And obviously, our recommendation for the week is the Sour Suzy from Lervig at 4%, the Ocata from Garage at 5.4%, and Neon Raptor, Centrosaurus, even Dinosaurs Get Cancer at 6.5%. And Simon, thank you so much for coming in and being part of this. And
I enjoyed it.
I mean, there's part of this that we want to, not necessarily just about beer, it's talking about like other things. It's businesses, what it's like in real life. It doesn't, we're not just going to focus on this kind of stuff. And I'm hoping that from time to time we'll bring guests in and we will other businesses to come and taste stuff and have a chat. I mean, we're just gonna see how it works.
We're in the right place for this, aren't you?
100%.
The right place. I mean, I can just envisage now that there's meat and Greek just over there.
Yeah, exactly.
You can pair some Greek food with some
beers.
and
yeah, definitely.
This is the channel to subscribe to. Send it to your friends, send it to your family members. If you're a fan of Craft Republic, if you come down here, or if you think that somebody might be a fan of Craft Republic and want to come and drink here, or watch the channel, get them to subscribe, because there's going to be lots going on here. The world, Craft Republic are at the centre of a very exciting part of Barry at the moment, where there's lots of young businesses kicking off. lots of restaurants, and you're in the right area. So I can imagine this channel's going to do really well for you.
I hope so. But even if we bring a bit of information and you know what you want to order when you come in, that's also amazing. And
Absolutely.
basically, we hope to see you in the week, and if we don't, please come and visit us, and we will be here next week.
Who's the next brewer you got coming?
So the next one we've got is Electric Bear. They're coming down to do a tap takeover on the 28th of July.
Put it in your diary.
And actually, I think it's on the 20th. Don't quote me on that. We're also doing our first ever beer tasting club.
Ooh.
So basically, you can come along and we will be cracking open some interesting stuff we've got in the fridges for you to try. Even if it means that you may not have bought that can before or that bottle, you can come and try a little bit and see what you think, and because some of them can come across as quite scary beers, and also chat with like-minded people. Much more of a not booking the table, more of a community, sit round a table chatting, and I'll be there taking you through the beers. So
sounds really exciting.
Thank you so
really
much,
exciting.
and we'll see you next week.
Lovely. Cheers.
Cheers.